18, I started to panic. Have I been a good parent? I mean, of course, I've wondered this before. On the small scale, is this decision or that decision the right one? But as a gestalt, it's a bit weightier to bear. Have I been a good parent? Oh, he is bright, creative, funny, well-mannered, and kind. I enjoy him, and I worry so. This is normal, surely. We parents like to think we can control everything about our children's safety. It's an illusion that must collapse again and again, building, demolition, instant replay, the first inconsolable cry, illness, heartbreak. These are the lucky tragedies of parenting in a land unravaged by poverty, war, or disease. The first anti-war demonstration my son attended, he was not more than a month old. His tiny body was tied to mine, swaddled against my breast. We protested the first Gulf War. President Bush the first. It was 1990. My son's father was so angry with me for taking the baby to the demonstration. God, I know you have to do that sort of thing, but leave him out of it. People can be scary. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. Yeah, well, he can't be left out of it, I said. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. Little baby, just recently separated from my body, and already I feared for him in the world. Our president was speaking of reinstating the draft, already registering boys to make it easier to round them up and send to wars like this one. We demonstrated often in those years because I felt a responsibility to keep him safe. I still remember what I was wearing on that day of my son's first anti-war protest as we poured into Acacia Park, downtown Colorado Springs, similar protests happening across our nation of dissenters. I was wearing a long white cotton skirt and shirt, red cowboy boots, and a big blue sling bound the baby to my body. And I was still crazy then. Okay, postpartum madness should not be dismissed. Like most madness, there can be some wisdom in it. These were hormonal shifts, perhaps. Or perhaps the cosmic shifts of someone new having entered the room without using a door or a window. But only I seemed to feel those shifts. They caused people to light up and blink like constellations in a night sky. My child, blinking no differently than any other. All of us, connected in some kind of galaxy that requires nurturing, an acknowledgement of connection. And somehow, there was an umbilical tether from my womb to this child, that child, each child, and okay. Then there were the people whose lights seemed to have gone out. And in this madness, I sort of wanted to murder them. You know, for their own good. For the good of everyone, really. And okay, mostly they were men. Not all men! But the ones who denied their connection to the womb, to the previous and the next generations. They were like little black holes that I wanted to run over with my car. But I didn't. And that madness didn't last, though I carry its lessons still. So there I was, wearing my nation's colors, standing in a throng, my left nipple exposed to the chilling air of a budding autumn each time it fell from the baby's mouth. And just then, one of those black holes of a human locked my eye with disdain. He was waving a gigantic American flag and demanding, "Love America or leave it!" And my tenuous grasp on sanity started slipping. I was moving toward him, suddenly shrieking, "That's my flag too!" And he stood ground, ready to wield his flagpole like a bat. And then I felt gentle hands on my shoulders. And someone on his side of the line turned him away too, so that his eyes were no longer digging a hole in my heart. See, I too was raised with an irrational pride in that flag. It causes me pain to see what we've done with a symbol I was taught meant better things. That's the only time I've ever lost it at a demonstration. though I've often had the opportunity to be the gentle hands we all need at times. Was I being a bad parent? I mean, look, my son has been to demonstrations, marches, rallies, theater actions. I do my best to keep him safe, make sure he knows what could come, how to stay close, take nothing lightly, take cover or run. And his father still disagrees with me mostly about involving our child in political actions. The one time, as my son and I prepared to board a bus from Southern California to San Francisco for a big anti-war march, Bush 2, Gulf War II this time, my son's dad chose to join us, make the 8-hour bus trip with us. Not frequently an activist himself, he kissed our son's head and said, "Your mom's right to protest this war, but I'm going with you." Tears welling up in his eyes, he said, "People can be scary, and I couldn't bear for anything to happen to you and me be far away." He's one of those bright lights, my son's father, and I cherish him. What is it about my boy turning 16? I can't bear the thought of anything happening to him and me being far away. I mean, it's gorgeous that he is growing up, developing his own life, and at times I am gripped with fear. Have I taught him to stand in harm's way? Or are we all in danger if we fail to